Let's turn together now to Psalm 13. For the leader, a psalm of David. How long, O Lord, will you ignore me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? How long will I have cares on my mind, grief in my heart all day? How long will my enemy have the upper hand? Look at me, answer me, O Lord my God. Restore the luster to my eyes, lest I sleep the sleep of death. Lest my enemy say, I have overcome him, my foes exult when I totter. But I trust in your faithfulness. My heart will exult in your deliverance. I will sing to the Lord, for he has been good to me. In this very short psalm of only 6 verses, the psalmist seems to continue a theme that he started in the previous psalm, where he used hyperbole to describe the desperateness of his situation. When he proclaimed, Help, O Lord, for the faithful are no more, the loyal have vanished from among men, as if there are no longer any good or righteous or loyal people in the earth. And by using this device of overstatement, the psalmist seems to be drawing out and emphasizing how bad he really feels about his situation. In this psalm, he says, How long, O Lord, will you ignore me forever? In the Hebrew, Ad ana Adonai tishkacheni netzach. How long, O Lord, will you ignore me or forget me? Netzach. The word netzach means eternity or forever. And think about this for a moment. There appears to be an internal contradiction in the phraseology of this verse. He starts off by asking, how long will this situation last? How long will an eternal situation, a permanent situation of God forgetting him and ignoring him, how long will it last? Well, that doesn't really make rational sense, because in the very act of asking that question, the psalmist is really saying that he knows that this is not a permanent situation, that it will eventually go away, that eventually God will have cognizance of him and remember his plight and take note of him. So why the language of eternity or permanence? Why that word netzach? And I think it is kind of by way of hyperbole, stressing the psalmist's feeling that even though rationally he knows that this feeling of despair will go away, while he's feeling it, it seems like it goes on forever. A moment or two of despair in the psalmist's mind and heart can last apparently for an eternity, or at least it seems that way. How long, he says, will I have cares on my mind, grief in my heart all day? But in his rational mind, he knows that the grief and the cares on his mind do not last every moment of every day, that there is some break and interruption from those negative and dark feelings, and that there are times when he's able to interrupt that flow of despair and negativity with a different way of thinking, a different way of believing. The psalm ends with a very well-known verse, well-known partly because it is used in the morning service in our Jewish prayers every single day. And that verse is, But I trust in your faithfulness, my heart will exult in your deliverance, I will sing to the Lord, for he has been good to me. The morning service every day begins with a section called Pesuke de Zimra, literally meaning verses or sections of song. The bulk of the Psuke de Zimra, or introductory service every morning, consists of different psalms. And this particular verse caps off or ends one section of the preliminary service. One of the reasons it was chosen is because of its reference to song. I will sing to the Lord, Ashir al Adonai ki gamal alai, for God has been good to me. And in the introductory service every morning, we are singing praises to God, thanking God for having allowed us to awake from our sleep, to give us the opportunity to face a new day, to make a new day valuable in our lives, a day in which we have the opportunity to serve one another and to serve God. The very fact that this phrase is repeated each and every morning and each and every day during our morning services is a reminder that even when we are prone to slipping into despair and sadness, even when the situations around us can put us into that place of very, very dark and negative thinking, we can interrupt that flow and break that cycle by actually singing songs and psalms of praise to the Lord. We can break that cycle by reminding ourselves that our sadness and our grief and even our despair are feelings and attitudes that are temporary. Feelings are not facts. They come and they go. They eventually wear off and give way to other feelings. The sad feelings can give way to feelings of joy and happiness. Feelings of grief and loss can eventually give way to feelings of gratitude, knowing that our lives can truly be filled by love, companionship, and meaning. And so, even during these difficult times, when we see so many around us who are ill and who are suffering, and so many, and a growing number of people who are dying of COVID-19, we can still take a moment to stop that flow of sadness and negative thinking, and imagining that this plague defines the world, defines our existence, and defines our lives. No, it does not. It is a reality. In many ways, it does color our perceptions of what is going on around us. We are human and we can't help but being affected by it in these ways. We feel the sadness of others, we empathize, and we are affected. But at the same time, like the psalmist, we can remind ourselves, how long will you hide your face from me? Well, God will not hide his face forever. The situation is temporary. It will eventually go away. And God willing, what will be left in its wake will be a renewed sense of love and harmony, companionship, and dedication to one another and to service to God. Thank you.